Man, we got an absolute banger for you today, so you better lock in and buckle up and keep your head on a straight swivel, because you already know what time it is. Oxygen levels.
Welcome back. Oxygen levels are recharged at 100%.
Set a course to dark waters now.
Maybe sin isn't what we thought. Maybe we're not broken. Maybe God sees us as already good. Maybe sin isn't what we thought. Maybe we're not broken. Maybe God sees us as already good. Maybe sin isn't what we thought. Maybe we're not broken. Maybe God sees us as already good. Because in the Bible, God said it was good after he created us. So what if there is no hell? And what if heaven is right now?
Everything you just watched was AI. None of it was real. If you want to know the future for our world, you're going to want to see what I'm going to show you next. Artificial Narrow Intelligence, or ANI, Artificial General Intelligence, AGI. This is where we currently are. Artificial Superintelligence, ASI. The difference is this one behaves like a human, and this one is smarter than humans. And I promise you that singularity is coming probably way quicker than most of you realize. And in case you forgot, during Trump's first week in office, he initiated a massive AI project, $500 billion over 4 years. From these investors, Mayoshi Son with SoftBank, Larry Ellison with Oracle, Sam Altman with OpenAI ChatGPT, including that OpenAI has committed to building a giant UAE data center in global expansion. And let's not forget a very important part of this meeting in Saudi Arabia, unveiling a groundbreaking AI venture called Humane, making Saudi Arabia the global AI powerhouse. And the US is going to start manufacturing advanced chips with a new facility being built out in Arizona.
Is that why maybe graphic chips, the prices on computer graphic chips has been getting higher and higher? Dang.
A massive project that's going to be the hub for all chips built in the US. Billions of chips. No, Neil, you don't know what you're talking about. You're just fear-mongering. This guy knows what he's doing. He says the name of Jesus, the world is going to be okay. My friend, I'm just showing you what's right in front of us. And if you can't see it, either A, you have no discernment, B, you don't know the Word of God, C, you don't care, or D, the worst, is you don't know Christ. Revelation 13, the image of the beast, AI, robots, quantum computing, my friend, it is here. And the reason why people dismiss it is because they don't see it yet. So they think it's just a fairy tale. In a short while, give it 1 year, 3 years, we're going to start seeing all of this around us. But the good news is that for those who follow Christ, who have repented of their sins to seek the righteousness found in Christ alone, my friend, we are not appointed to wrath. Now, that doesn't mean that we're not going to see any evil. How much of it we're going to see, we don't know. So that's why we got to make sure that we are spiritually, emotionally, mentally, and physically ready. The world is changing quick, but not Jesus. He's the same yesterday, today, and forever. We're living in the last seconds of the last days, and I'm trying to do everything I can to wake you up. I hope that you're listening. I'm the watchman standing on the wall, and I'm sounding the alarm.
Maybe sin isn't what...
I'm not mad at you, Neil. The scariest part about this video is saying that we are in the middle at Artificial General Intelligence, AGI, and they're saying ASI is going to be here soon. Oh my goodness. Exactly how long do we have until that pops off? But you guys got to admit, AI has been advancing rapidly these last couple years. There's no telling what it's going to bring in 2026. This video is strictly for entertainment purposes only. Don't believe anything you hear or see in this video. For context, do your own research on everything. Now let's dive into some more theories.
Everyone thinks they're free, but you work to survive. You pay to live. You obey systems you never consented to. You scroll your phone while the world burns. You party while a digital cage is being welded around your mind. You go to work, raise your kids, and try to pretend it's all normal. But deep down, you know something's wrong. This might be the most uncomfortable video you watch this year. Not because it's outrageous, but because you already know it's true.
We won! We did it! Yes!
James Martinez warned us.
Because there's people coming out in the public that are saying what your evolution is going to be, like Noah Harari.
So it is a distinct possibility that computers will outperform us in most tasks and will make humans redundant. And then the big political and economic question of the 21st century will be, what do we need humans for? Or at least, what do we need so many humans for?
Do you have an answer in the book?
At present, the best guess we have is keep them happy with drugs and computer games.
Nobody rebuts him and gets in his face. They all pay for these huge stages, so they go on and everybody bows to them, but nobody rebuts. And in a court of law, if you have a conflict, you have to rebut. Silence is acquiescence. Acquiescence is agreement. There's no ignorance under the law. These are very important maxims that people need to understand, because you're not going to get second chances for this shit. There's going to be no second chances. They don't care.
MK Ultra whistleblower. He said the extinction level event wouldn't come with... It would come through convenience, through technology, through silence. And now, a federal lawsuit has confirmed the next stage has begun. Filed against Panther Technologies, its founder Peter Thiel, CEO Alex Karp, and the charge? Synthetic intelligence. Not just AI, but machines trained to profile, predict, and control human thought. Not with your compliance. Their software used by the Pentagon, CIA, and DHS is now accused of tracking your behavior, harvesting your biometric data, manipulating your beliefs, and even predicting crimes before they happen. Cognitive liberty.
Damn, just like Minority Report, they had a whole movie about that. Now I gotta watch that tonight.
The right to think freely is under attack. Welcome to the war for your mind.
Maybe I need to put my red glasses on. Is that the vibe right now, Morpheus?
You are owned. Not metaphorically, legally. Let me explain. When you were born, your name was converted into all capital letters. A trust account, created without your knowledge. They created a corporate fiction, a straw man, then bonded it, and used it as collateral in the global debt system. Your birth certificate is not just a record, it's a receipt. And your social security number is an account number. In 1933, under House Joint Resolution 192, the U.S. declared bankruptcy and confiscated all gold. From that moment forward, you became the collateral for the national debt. You are the surety, the product, the property.
The court finds you guilty.
Jesus said, "Declare me Lord and Savior, and you shall be saved." Why? Because declaration is law. Words bind reality. Belief becomes contract. Creation follows covenant. The universe is mental.
From the whispers of antiquity, the written word has forged reality.
Guys, this is getting deep. It's just getting started. Hold on, where's my coffee at? I'm not ready for this. Guys, this video is an absolute banger. I'm just getting started.
Reality. Each character a spark, each phrase a universe.
In the beginning was the Word. They inverted it. They taught you silence was safe, that not speaking up was wisdom, that ignoring evil meant you were innocent. Wrong. In law, silence is acquiescence.
Rebuts him and gets in his face. They all pay for these huge stages, so they go on and everybody bows to them, but nobody rebuts. And in a court of law, if you have a conflict, you have to rebut. Silence is acquiescence. Acquiescence is agreement. There's no ignorance under the law. These are very important maxims that people need to understand, because you're not going to get second chances for this shit.
Acquiescence is consent. They showed you what they would do in movies, in music, in TV. They called it fiction, but it was always a contract. Revelation of the method. If you see it and do not object, they are free to proceed.
What's the membership called? The D-Land Plus membership. If you happen to have that and something happens to you there, you can't do nothing to them because you signed the fine print when you signed up for your Plus membership. You know, even if it's not your account, I've heard if you even in the same household, you can't do nothing against them because you benefited from it. Isn't that crazy? I don't know if it's true or not, but that's what they say.
In the wild, awareness kept you alive. In modern life, comfort kills you. You traded sovereignty for convenience. You could grow your food, but you bought poison from a store. You could have walked in freedom, but you carried the tracking device called a phone. First they gave you pagers, then phones, then social media, then AI. And now, the merger is complete.
Close enough. I can feel you.
Your thoughts are harvested. Your words are filtered. Your reality is curated by code. You are the livestock of a system you didn't build because you never rebutted the claim that they owned you. They said it was safe. They said it was effective. They lied. 27% higher. 6 times the. But who profited? You got depression. They got billions. You got infertility.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got a problem. We got a huge problem. We're running out of people. Yeah, I know. You've heard a lot about the birth rate recently. There's been a lot of doom and gloom. And I am here to tell you that that is all justified. It's actually pretty bad. And yeah, so it's a huge problem. And outside of the economic argument, we're talking about specifically, this seems to be more of a spiritual issue too. I mean, you have populations, and this is all across the West. This is happening. This birth rate crisis is happening not just now across the West, which
it's trending now. Like I used to work a lot of factory jobs, and a lot of people I talked to, they said they didn't want kids. They didn't want nothing. Even now, you know, people don't really talk about wanting kids. You know, it's like they don't want to bring them into this world with all this mess going on. But to me, that's one of the most beautiful things a human could do. As a human being, making a child is probably one of the most blessed things a person could do, if you ask me.
Which we know about, but it's happening globally.
They got patents. They never cared about your health. They cared about your compliance. Every system you depend on is monetized. Medicine, media, education, food, water. Every solution leads to further dependency. And the more convenient your life becomes, the more control they have over it. Why does nothing change? Why are the corrupt never punished? Because the law protects property. And you never claimed yourself. You consented. You complied. You failed to rebut. MK Ultra, legal. Tuskegee, legal. Vaccines, GMOs, EMFs, legal. Because in commercial law, if you do not object, you agree. You can scream on social media. You can riot in the streets. But until you send a declaration, an affidavit, a notice, you are still the debtor, still the slave, still the property. But there is a way out. Because what enslaved you was not chains, it was contracts. And the contracts can be broken by higher law. The universe is mental. What you think becomes. What you speak binds. What you declare becomes law. Affidavits, declarations, notices of claim. These are not paperwork. These are spells. This is spiritual warfare written in ink, filed in court, and enforced by your will. This is why they fear it. Because when the living man speaks, the dead corporation must obey.
When the mirror sings praise at you, smile back when the child naps, living dreams on the difference means.
One woman removed $61,000 in debt with a single affidavit. What could 1,000 sovereigns do? Mass notices, public liens, common law juries, commercial enforcement. This isn't rebellion, it's remedy. You don't need a revolution. You need paperwork. Because in the world of commercial warfare, the pen is truly mightier than the sword. You have two choices. Remain a debtor and let them harvest your data, children, and tax your breath. Or reclaim your throne, become the creditor, declare your sovereignty. This is not theory, it's law. This is not hope, it's remedy. This is not about fear, it's about freedom. We built the Everyone thinks they're free.
If you're not aware of what just happened with Grok 4, my friend, you gotta see this. To watch the full video, go to YouTube on this channel to watch the Grok 4 demo.
This is the smartest AI in the world. We're going to show you exactly how and why. And it really is remarkable to see the advancement of artificial intelligence, how quickly it is evolving.
Do you find it suspicious, like I do, that he has said many times that AI is possibly going to be our demise, including unemploying God knows how many people, but yet he's still building this thing out?
I sometimes compare it to the growth of a human and how fast a human learns and gains conscious awareness and understanding. And AI is advancing just vastly faster than any human.
It's kind of crazy that he's making these very subtle comparisons of humans with AI and making AI the more remarkable option.
Grok 4, if given like the SAT, would get perfect SATs every time, even if it's never seen the questions before.
Remember that we're made in the image of God, and now we're making AI in our image.
And if even going beyond that to say graduate student exams like the GRE, it will get near perfect results in every discipline of education. So from the humanities to like languages, math, physics, engineering, pick anything. And we're talking about questions that it's never seen before. These are not on the internet. And Grok 4 is smarter than almost all graduate students in all disciplines simultaneously. It's actually just important to appreciate that's really something.
Listen, we're about to enter into a world that most people are not prepared for, and most people have no idea what's coming their way literally within months. If you've never seen this before, it's important to understand that AI is broken down into 3 subcategories. ANI, artificial narrow intelligence, AGI, artificial general intelligence, and ASI, artificial super intelligence. And right now, we're in this point right here, can behave in a human-like way across all tasks. And this right here is intelligence that's basically fully aware, sentient. But wait till AI is paired with robots and quantum computing. I'm telling you, Revelation 13, image of the beast, I believe this is it. And all the experts are saying that this stage can happen overnight. Some articles are saying in 2047. And other tech experts, they're saying 2027. They're even saying that this potentially, 2025, is the last year of normalcy. What does this all mean? Skynet, the Matrix, a machine world? I do believe in Harpozo, in the rapture, that Jesus is coming back, but I think there's also a good possibility we might see some of this in the transition just before. Don't be in fear, trust God, control the controllables, and just be prepared. If you're not aware of what just happened with Grok 4,
man, we really had it good with flip phones, didn't we? Like, you could just flip the phone, answer it. Now we got cell phones tracking us, listening to everything. When you turn it off, you really don't turn off. It's listening. It's using the reserved lithium-ion battery, 5% power juice to listen to what you're saying when it's powered off. Oh, my goodness. They're harvesting all that data, throwing it into AI, creating an algorithm, producing better AI. Oh my God. We had it good, y'all. We really did. Going to Blockbuster, picking our movies, going out, writing letters back in school days, we had it good, man. They're taking, technology is leaping forward. Again, shout out to Neil for breaking that down for us. That is very interesting.
Now, I want to correct myself in the times I've spoke about DNA to my students. I always thought evolution was the only lie. I just had to worry about that. Everything else is safe, right? Wrong. DNA, the way it's taught, is an absolute lie. Genetic code is not like computer code. So this is what the experts say, that in your DNA, and this is probably wrong. I'm going to go ahead and say this is probably wrong. There's probably far greater storage capabilities, but they say it's estimated that in your DNA, and I'm not a technology guy, but they say there's about 1 million terabytes of information in a cubic millimeter, about this size. Now, I wanted to do the math. I wanted to say how many cubic millimeters do we have of DNA in our body? You do the math, and then you multiply, and it becomes 1,992,000,000,000 terabytes of data in the human body. I wanted to find out what would it be like if we just made a storage facility that could store all that. Do you think we could do that? Well, according to the experts, they say that amount you cited, nearly 2 yottabytes, I didn't even know what that was, is a theoretical scale of data for which current practical storage solutions do not exist. So there's no way you could store this with any type of storage we have in the entire world. Sometimes estimates from 2020 put the total amount of global data at 44 zettabytes, a fraction of the amount you described. So in each of your masterfully created bodies is more stored information than we could store in the entire world. And our Father pieced that together on day 6 of creation.
I believe I looked this up before. It was like, if you look at your brain as a computer, like exactly how much memory could it hold? Like if I sit here and try to think about everything I know that sounds crazy. How much data is that actually? Not your entire body like he described, but just how much in your mind. But let's type it in, because I'm curious now. What was the question again? Oh yeah. How much memory does a human brain have? 2.5 million petabytes? Wow, that was way more than when I last looked it up. 2.5 petabytes? That's a lot of information. Which is over 2.5 million gigabytes. So that just shows you how impressive the mind is. If only I can delete certain stuff and recycle bin certain stuff just like a computer. Try to keep your system clean, the temple clean, if you will. I just gotta say, I love this episode, guys. I do.
And we haven't even seen what DNA looks like. I mean, that's the clearest photo they say we have of it, right there. Looks like a hair. And the guys that came up with the shape of it, the twisted serpent shape, double helix, fellows of the Royal Society. Imagine that. They discovered it, they say. If I make a toy model and say I discovered something, slap the toy model out of my hand. I didn't discover anything. They didn't discover anything. But let's say they did. Let's pretend they did. They did. They can stretch out DNA. When they break apart the chromosomes, they can stretch it out, and they say each little, whatever it is, if it's double helix or not, is about 6 feet for each one of your cells.
He said if it's double helix or not, he said, I'm not believing anything that they're telling me. We really don't know. Unless you looked at a double helix DNA strand, you honestly don't know. We can't take Jurassic Park's demonstration for credit.
Take each of your cells, unravel all that DNA. You can circumnavigate the equator 1,347,000 times. So it's safe to say there's something wonderfully made about each and every single one of you. No machine on Earth could take something that went around the equator 1 million times and pack it together in the shape of a precious little person.
And here's another crazy theory. Let me blow this up so we can really dissect this. If we were to really circumnavigate, like, is this truly circumnavigating if you go in like a giant circle like this? Or is it circumnavigating if you just continue to go north? Like, let's say you're in Texas and you say, okay, I want to circumnavigate. that means you keep going north until you come back to where you're at. Am I tripping, or is that really circumnavigating? Not going like this. That's not circumnavigating. What did they say? If we dig how did the theory go? If we dig underground, we hit China. Okay, let's someone live stream them going north for however long it takes, 24, 48 hours, and do it. Just go north. That's all I want to see, is one person go one direction the entire time until they get back to where they originally started.
None. And our Father did that at day 6 of creation.
It does not take thousands or millions of years for fossilization or petrification to occur. This is why there are so many mud fossil examples all around us. Check out this video by Kent Hovind. You can find the full video on YouTube as well. Great examples.
Here's petrified firewood. The guy chopped on it before it turned to stone. Here's mummified dog stuck in a tree. Turned to stone. Chased a coon up the tree apparently and got stuck. They named it Stucky. What would you call it, okay? Here's petrified cowboy boot with the cowboy's legs still in it.
I'm mad at that name, Stucky. That is terrible.
The boot was made 1950 and the leg is turned to stone. Here's petrified fish giving birth. It does not take millions of years to give birth. Praise God, okay? Here's a petrified hat. Petrified pickle found in a jar. The guy sent me the jar and pickle. He said, Brother Hovind, I found this in Montana in an old home. The house was junk, the roof was gone, the house was falling apart. But he said, you want a petrified pickle for your museum? I said, of course. Who in their right mind would not want a petrified pickle, you know? Come on down to Pensacola and Dinosaur Adventureland and see the petrified pickle. Here's petrified sacks of
Where did he say we can go see that? I would love to go see that.
Flour found in a flour mill that flooded in 1910 in Eureka Springs, Arkansas. Here's petrified toadstool. There's an amazing gem and mineral museum just south of Bloomington, Illinois, in the little bitty tiny town called Shirley, Illinois. You got to be trying to find it to get there, but it's worth going to see the Funk Gem and Mineral Museum. Okay, here's petrified acorns.
If money and time wasn't an issue, that would probably be one of the main things I would like to do, is just go see every museum and possible. You know, because I can't get enough of that stuff. Even when I was a kid, where do you want to go? Museum. I don't want to go to Chuck E. Cheese. I don't want to go to no basketball game. I don't care about football. Take me to a museum or aquarium, please. And if that's not going on, I'm watching my boy Steve Irwin, Jeff Corrin. You know, y'all don't remember that. Steve Irwin, Jeff Corrin, River Monsters with Jeremy Wade. Man, that's me all day.
This kid sent them to me. He said, Brother Hovind, I was 7 years old at the time. He said, I stuck these acorns in a bucket of water and I thought they might, sprout and make some trees, and I forgot about them. Next spring, my mama found the bucket on the back porch and the acorns had turned to stone. He said, would you like them for your museum? I said, of course. Come on down and see the petrified acorns. More on petrification on video number 6. So kids, when they take...
I honestly, where is it at? There it is. I honestly was going to donate my megalodon tooth to a museum. You know, I like looking at it still, but I was like, hey, maybe some kids might, appreciate it more,
The layers are different ages. You tell them Kent Hovind said they're confused or they're lying. It is not correct. Those layers all formed, nearly all of them, at the time of Noah's flood. 80 to 85% of Earth's surface does not even have 3 geologic periods appearing in correct consecutive order.
Alright guys, you know what time it is. If you thought I didn't have another excellent specimen for you today, I actually got 2 for you today. Let's check them out.
Have you ever seen star mica? This is a wonderful specimen from the collection of Rock Korea. Really, really big time collector. And it's on albite, but it looks like it's on seafoam.
How extraordinary is this? It really looks like a star. Like a Mario star. Like we could see the edges. That is absolutely insane. Very unique piece. What would you guys name this? I would call it I wanted to say Grandma's Cookies, but we have to have something of the star nature. Grandma's Star Cookies. Yep! That's what I name it, but you gotta be careful with that. You might want to take a bite out of this. Grandma's Star Cookies on a homemade biscuit. I just be hungry, man. Just ignore me. I fast. Like, most times when I'm recording these videos, I'm fasting. Like, I fast pretty much every day to like 7 p.m. You know, because I just feel good, you know, when I don't eat. It's like when I eat, it's just like the digestion, it just weighs you down all day, you know what I'm saying? That's why I don't eat till later. But let's get into another specimen.
This gorgeous azurite and malachite specimen was found in the Morenci.
That boy slept on his neck last night. It's hurting. You gotta get your posture better when you sleep. Redo it, boy.
This gorgeous azurite and malachite specimen was found in the Morenci mine of Arizona. Primarily functioning as a copper mine, the Morenci mine is also famous for its azurite and malachite specimens, known for their vibrant blue and green color. This gorgeous azurite and
Alright guys, what would you name this one? I actually have a specimen like this, but I can't find it. I don't know where it's at. It's in like a box somewhere, or I lost it. But I have a specimen just like this, but it's green. I'm gonna do my best to try to find it. It was with my megalodon tooth, and I had one more specimen with. I think I had 2 more specimens with it, and yeah, it was just like this, but it was green. But anyways, what would you guys want to name this one? I'm going with the Avatar stone, because it's definitely giving me Avatar colors. Like they could have put this in a movie and it would blend right in. But that's all we got for today's video. I really enjoyed this one. If you enjoyed this one too, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. If you're new around here, we got one of the best communities on YouTube. I have to say it. You know what I'm saying? I may be a little bit biased, but I jump in the comments like, I'm like, man, these people are my friends. You know, we all could really hang out and vibe and kick it. You know what I'm saying? We need to start our own little, you know, village. But yeah, I love you guys for real. The code word for today is AI. Go ahead and drop AI in the comments below. When you do that, that lets me know you made it all the way to the video and you really rock with your boy. And I really appreciate it. I try to heart as many as possible going through the comments because I truly appreciate you guys. But I really enjoyed this video, guys, in all seriousness. Like I could do this for a couple, 2-3 hours. Be sure to head over to Jet Ski Chuck. I'm trying, guys. I'm trying, man. When I get everything lined up, be on the lookout for that live. I don't want to tell you a certain date and I don't do it, but it's coming, guys. It is. I'm gonna get everything set up and it's gonna be a lot of fun, and we're gonna do them more consistently over there on Jet Ski Chuck. So just please be a little bit patient with me. It's coming. This is the most mysterious TikToks on the internet today. See you guys later.